Myron, what's from your perspective, just the outlook of the offense right now, and where your expectations this year?
My expectations are high, especially coming off of last year. No one thought we could do what we did, and winning those SEC games that we won. And in my opinion, we were a very explosive offense last year, and we're just bringing back the talents and the experience that we had last year. So I only expect better.
Yeah, Dan Peck, ESPN 106.7 in Auburn. Arkansas struggled earlier in your career, and last year seemed to be a change from the previous few. How important is it to leave the program in a better condition than it was in your first couple of years at Arkansas?
I think it's very important. I think as a player, when you come into a program that's probably not doing so well, to leave it in a better standing than you found it is always a great achievement.
Over here to your left in the third row.
Hey, how's it going? Andrew Kaufman from KMIZ in Columbia, Missouri. A couple of Mizzou guys transfer over to you guys over the offseason, Trey Williams, Markel Utze. Going against those two, what have they brought to your team so far?
They just bring a great work ethic, and they bring a hunger and a drive that we just need on our D-line. They also bring experience. They're both very good players and have played a lot, so we're just looking forward to it, and we're proud to have them.
To your right here on the front row.
It seems every year you guys play Texas A&M. Those games always seem to be really close, decided by one score, or some of them going into overtime. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I just think that both sides are very fired up for the game, considering that we normally play in the Dallas Stadium. So I think both sides are just fired up, and it's when both teams are ready and hungry, it's just going to be a good game.
To your left in the third row.
What do you think the overall state of the Mizzou-Arkansas battle line rivalry is right now?
I don't know. I think it's strong, especially after last year going the distance and then finishing with that 2-point play and then them going all the way down. But I think it's a strong rivalry right now.
To your right on the third row.
As an offensive lineman, I imagine you have a little more interaction with Coach Pittman than maybe some other position groups on the team. What do you say when people ask you like what Coach Pittman is like?
I just tell him that he's a genuine guy, because he is. I mean, he shows up every day. He makes every individual, no matter if you're a walk-on or scholarship guy, he makes you feel like your family, and you can see it every day.
You grew up in a football hotbed. You were recruited nationally. What was a tipping factor to go to Arkansas?
It was just really the state. The state tipped the factor. I just like the environment surrounding the Hogs. The fans are crazy, but I liked it, and I still love it. But it was really just the state that tipped it.
To your right on the second row.
Myron, what went into the decision to return to Arkansas? You're taking advantage of the COVID year. Why did you come back?
Ultimately, I came back to better myself and to better my draft stock for this next year's upcoming draft. I just feel like I'm a better player, and under Coach Pittman and now Coach Kennedy, I feel like I have all the tools I need to become that player.
On the front row, to your right.
You talked about this explosive offense. Expect more of the same this year. What about the defense? I mean, you go up against those guys in practice. What do you see from them, and what do you expect from this defense?
I see great things from the defense. We got a great core of linebackers and DBs. They come to work every day, and our D-line just got better from our transfers. So, I mean, I'm expecting great things from the defense, even better than last year.
Any other questions? Just we have another one here in the front row.
Just how tough is it as an offensive lineman playing in the SEC against, and I guess, who's the toughest defensive line you've had to go up against?
The toughest. Since I've been here, I'd probably say Alabama has been the most consistent and being the hardest line to go against. But as of last year, I'd probably say A&M had the toughest line last year.
To your left on the second row.
Hi, Jacques Doucet, WAFB-TV. The LSU game last year, how crazy was it, like on Friday morning, like 9 o'clock, you guys find out if you're playing a game or not? You barely have enough players. I mean, what was that whole situation like?
It was nuts because, like, we woke up that morning and really on the way there the night before, we were like, we knew about it, so we were just like, well, like, if we don't want to forfeit, but like if we have enough players, we're gonna play. So luckily it came down to that, and we ended up playing.
Again, to your right, front row.
Just to follow up on that D line, you were saying A&M last year was really tough.
Yeah.
What's it like going up against them and DeMarvin Leal in particular, who's should be a pretty high draft pick this year?
I don't know. It was fun. It was fun whenever you go up against someone that's a high caliber. Like, it's always fun because it's not just like it's not gonna lull you to sleep or anything. It's always gonna be competition every play that you step out there. So.